Hello everybody, welcome back. So, a few minutes ago, guess what got delivered? This is the Coach Hampton Hobo. I know this was nowhere on my wish list, right? But I wanted to try it because I was talking about getting a second swing zip in the hunter green color, and I was like, let me just try something new. So I tried this bag, so you don't have to. If you were on the fence about it, I'm gonna spend this video telling you why. Within 5 minutes of opening this bag, I'm going to return it. I'm probably gonna drop it off in the next few hours. Actually, this isn't for me. I ordered it from Nordstrom. And if you shop with Nordstrom a lot, or you kind of like browse the site a lot, you can kind of get a picture of when something is a return and when something is brand new that you're buying. This bag, I knew it was a return when I bought it because it was out of stock for super long, then all of a sudden it popped up again and it was one in stock. I knew it was a return, but you could always return things to Nordstrom. So I was like, if I don't like it, if something's wrong with it, I can just send it back. It's no big deal. I live in the middle of nowhere, so I don't have the convenience of just being able to drive downtown and go to Coach. Like, I have to drive over an hour to get to my nearest boutique. So I can't just go in and try things. It takes long for me to figure out what to buy because of that. So I just kind of have to take my chances. I usually do really well, but this time, because I was like going against my first thought, it didn't turn out as well as it usually does. The thing that made me not want to buy this bag in the first place was the clasp. So I thought the clasp was going to annoy me first off, so I didn't buy it. Another thing was the bag is not going to stand up on its own. That was a second reason why I didn't want to buy it. Third reason was I thought the capacity was going to be too small. I was right about some of those things, but oddly enough, the clasp is easier than I imagined. So that wasn't the number one drawback. The main thing that got on my nerves is if you look at it, this is how you would wear the bag, right? And when you tilt it, the zipper is over here. It's closed right now. The zipper is off to the right, which means the zipper is under my armpit. So when I undo the clasp, it's gonna be flapping around, right? Unless you just fold it underneath. And then you have to awkwardly reach under here and bring it towards you. And that might be something that's super small to people, but for some reason that annoyed the living daylights out of me when I was like loading the bag up and putting my stuff in there just to see if I would like it. I was like, no, I'm never gonna reach for this because of that. Not only does it not stand up, and I have a barrier with the clasp, which I find makes the bag, it makes it so pretty, right? But that under the armpit thing, I was like, dude, I'm gonna be so annoyed, especially if I have my toddler with me. That's just too much. Zipping it back around and this is flapping around. So yeah, I decided to go ahead and return this bag. I also thought that the strap drop was going to be longer than what it is. It sits okay. Like, it sits the way it sits on everybody else. But for some reason, I thought it was gonna be longer. And I really love the detail. You guys know this is like some of my favorite details on bags is like the buckle strap. I love it on the crescent bag as well, the cash and carry crescent, which I also want to try. But this one, it was just so many barriers to entry. And I think I like this color, but I feel like I would have liked it better on the swing zip because I love the swing zip. I love the utilization of the bag. I have no complaints when it comes to wearing the bag. There's no barriers to entry. I like this a little bit more when I added the cherry because I did feel it was a little bit more boring. When it's just like this, I felt like it was super boring. And when I added the cherry, I did like it a little bit more. The other thing is the capacity. I don't carry a whole lot day to day, like if I'm just doing my daily life, errands, whatever. But so I tried my smaller SLGs, my slim card case, my mini skinny, and I tried to put a wristlet in there. And the wristlet barely fit. It was the retail wristlet. That barely fit. It got kind of bulky. It just felt like, I don't know, it didn't really feel like it was worth. I think I paid $295 for this. Holding it in my hand, empty, it does not feel like $300 to me. I don't feel like I'm gonna reach for this. I just felt like this intense annoyance and I was just trying it on. It wasn't like I'm out and about already. I was just trying it on and I was like, I am not enjoying this bag. It brought me no joy. I think it's really cute. The leather is okay, but I just felt like it was just cumbersome in so many different ways, and it didn't even hold a whole lot. It didn't hold, like when I see people using this bag, they're putting cameras and all kinds of bulky stuff in there and it looks fine. But for me, I only put 3 items in there and I felt like it was just too much. Like it wasn't fitting right. I was using the slimmest things that I could find in there, but it just wasn't sitting right with me. And again, when I try it on, it does look really cute, but I don't feel like it actually goes with my style. It looks great on everybody else, especially the red color, but I was just like, just kind of disappointed. Even though I said that I love the buckle straps, when compared to my Dooney & Bourke bag, my favorite one, my Florentine Messenger bag, when I'm holding this just feels like super flimsy. I feel like this could have been thicker, better. It just feels so, I don't know. Like, it's hard to say that this bag feels cheap, but it's something about it that I'm like, it doesn't feel like the $300 that it calls for. I think I paid $295 and after taxes, $320, $319 or so. This just doesn't feel good to carry. Sometimes you wear a bag and it feels luxurious and it feels amazing to wear. This doesn't feel like that whatsoever. It feels like back in the day when I would go to Target and just get a bag. That's kind of what this reminds me of. And it's like, maybe I just got a little bit bougie with Coach, but I just expected so much more out of this bag, especially with all the fiery reviews I've been seeing. Everybody loves it. Everybody's so impressed with this when they got it. And I was like, maybe this could work out. I'm not impressed at all. And I'm like, I don't know what it is, because I felt like that about the Swing Zip too when I first got it in the bubblegum pink, and now I love it. I got it in the black, and I love that bag. It's like one of my top 5 favorite bags that I own right now. And I feel completely different about it than I felt in the pink color. So I don't know what it is about this cycle that I go through, but this just does not feel luxury. It doesn't feel good. The strap feels super thin. And even though I know it's a return, but right here, it already has like a wrinkling in the leather, like as if somebody's been bending it or something like that. I don't know if you can see it. You know how we do in the community of bag lovers. We're super picky, is right here. So I can just imagine, because it's such a thin strap, I feel like that's gonna happen everywhere. But it does stay up on its own. The strap does, but you have to lay on its side. So unless you have one of those purse things that you can hang, but it just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like me. It doesn't feel like $300 is on my shoulder. It feels like maybe $40. I'm not gonna try again with other colors. I found it on a deal at a different store, and I was like, if I like this one, I'll get the red on the deal, because they didn't have this one for the same deal. I'm not gonna try again. Even if it comes in a bigger size, I think I'm just so turned off by it that I don't know. I guess it just wasn't for me, but the strap feels flimsy and thin and cheap, and it's just not sitting well with me, y'all. So hope this was helpful. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.